Hello, I'm making this video because I would like to talk about out-of-body experiences, mostly my thoughts on them when I started having them in my life and how they progressed as I've aged. First, for a little definition, you might be thinking out-of-body experience is just like a lucid dream. However, I can tell you I've been lucid dreaming since I was a child, and these experiences, although similar and there's a large degree of crossover, there's a distinct impression of, oh, I'm in a body, I'm leaving my body, and I'm going to these strange places. So, in my mind at least, there's a distinction between the two. That doesn't mean I know what's happening or really understand it, but there's a distinction. So, let's see. I've made some other videos way back in the past about specific excursions, which some of them were lucid dreams, some of them were like these out of body experiences, but now I'm just going to kind of give a general overview. So, okay. Um, I didn't have my first out of body experience until I was about 20 years old. I was lying in bed, it was in the middle of the night, and I had been asleep. I wake up and I notice something's different, okay? Um, Everything is black. I'm awake, I'm conscious, but yet I'm not aware of my body, okay? I see this little pinpoint of light in the center of my vision, and I either approach it or it approaches me, and it flares outward like that. Hi. Hi. Okay, right away. Um, Now, once the light kind of washed over me, I open my eyes, and I can tell I'm lying in my bed in my bedroom at the time. I sit up, and I can look back and see, oh, there's my body lying there. So something's happening. I don't know what. Something's happening. I kind of float over to the edge of the bed, and then I try to focus on my environment, and I found this extremely difficult. Dog is playing. Hi, what are you doing? Okay. Uh, yeah. So focus was extremely difficult. I tried focusing on different objects of furniture, and they would kind of blink in and out of my vision. And I eventually became very disoriented, and I was like, I need to get back to my body right away because I don't know what's happening. So I did that, and as I was kind of re-entering my body, I feel this like huge vibrations. Wow, she is zooming. Chica, 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 come here. Nice, calm down. Yeah, very excited. Okay. Um, yeah, as I get back into my body, I feel these buzzing vibrations, and beyond that, it wasn't difficult. I woke up, I was like, what the hell just happened? And went on with my night. Went back to sleep, no problems. So when I had this experience, I had just read the books of Robert Monroe, who wrote a series of books about his out of body experiences. And so it was on my mind, and it was always something like, wow, this would be really cool. I hope something like this happens to me one day. And after it happened, I was like, okay, I need to try to reproduce this because I want to have more. Um, I tried various techniques, none of which really worked. I kind of had to accept the fact that they were going to happen whenever they happen, so I don't really have control over it. And I still don't really determine, like, oh, I'm going to have an experience tonight. Let's make that happen. It just kind of happens. She's. Chica, calm down. Okay. Um, where was I? God, this is awful. We're fine. All right. So it wasn't until several years later that I started having them very infrequently, like maybe a couple a year at the most. And in these, I would basically make it out of my body, kind of float around my room, kind of be disoriented. Focus became better. I was able to focus more on the visuals and not make everything disappear. So I think I was like kind of practicing doing that aspect of it. Then it got to one point where I made it out of my house and was floating over the driveway. And I'm like, well, what do I want to do now? I don't know. I literally could not think of anything that I wanted to do. I don't know why. It's just nothing really came to mind. And it was after that experience where it was like, do I know what these are for? Do I know the purpose of these things? I mean, I'm just having them kind of drifting along, but I don't know what they're for. And then I decided at that time that, I don't know what I'm doing in these experiences. I don't know what they're for. So I'm going to hand it over to um, guidance. And this is heavily tied in with my spirituality, but I was like, I need to kind of hand these over to a higher power and let them take me where I need to go, show me what I need to see, teach me what I need to learn, and then I'll go with that. And once I made that kind of proclamation in my mind, the experiences became much more varied. I wasn't limited to like, oh, this is my physical environment and I'm in some place like it. I started going to these places that really were beyond description. Some of them were nicer than other places. I see these entities. Half the time, they're not even human. I've had experiences where at least I interpret them as I'm helping people cross over into the afterlife. Like I've had specific experiences where I seem to take on that role of helping them cross over the veil, if you will. And I still don't understand what happens in most of them, but I feel like there's a real purpose going on for spiritual healing or growth, whatever you want to call it. So, if you're watching this video because you want advice on how to let these experiences happen, the main thing is don't fear. There's a lot of material in popular culture, a lot of fear-based things are like, oh, everything over on the other side of the veil is scary. You avoid it at all costs, and I think that gets in people's way. Um, One thing I had to learn how to do is to let go, because um, let's see, for the past couple of years, I have about one experience a month, and in the initial situation, I'm lying in bed and I start feeling vibrations in my body, usually around the center, and these expand and get more intense. They're not unpleasant, but they're not pleasant either. They're just very weird feeling. And I remember when I first started feeling them, there was a sensation of fear, like I don't know what's happening. And then I would wake up completely and kind of stop the progress of it. So I had to learn to kind of let go and be like, there's really nothing to be afraid of. I've handed this over to spiritual guidance. Like I don't need to be afraid. I have faith that nothing bad is going to happen to me. And once I accepted that, it became much more easy of a process. And I could let go and relax. And even if I saw something frightening, and I still see some things that I'm just like, oh my god, I don't want to know what that is. Okay, nice, I saw it, great, can I go? But I still don't think like, oh my god, I'm in danger, I shouldn't be here. Um, so that's the main thing. Learning how to let go and not fear was the biggest obstacle I had to overcome with my own experiences. So, yeah, I hope this has been a little bit helpful. I'll try to make more videos about specific aspects of these experiences, but that's kind of a general overview of where I am right now. So, have a good day. Bye.